software developer at OISA, the organization that backs and funds Suricata. It's based out of the United States. It's a non-profit. I work mostly on Suricata using C. Sometimes I also do Rust. Most of our code base is in C, and we are moving slowly to Rust. All the sensitive parts, like parsing of untrusted input. I also work on some helper tools of Suricata using Python, and some internal tooling that is used for doing the releases. You can find out more about me on my website here. Meerkat is Suricata's official mascot. That's what Suricata means. Now, Suricata is firstly an intrusion detection system. How many people actually are familiar with the concept of intrusion detection system? Very nice. So for those who are unfamiliar, which is still a big crowd, this was made by a professional artist. So this is one of those explained to me like I'm 5 videos, which I feel like are very important. Imagine you're at the airport. Now the first important thing that you go through at the airport are the security checks. Now what does the security people do over there? They actually see what's inside your bag, but without interacting with it. They see a copy of what's inside your bag, and they have a set of rules, the items that you cannot carry. And they match it against that, and they see if something stands out, something is in your bag that should not be there, then they alert the respective authorities. So this is the IDS case. You're actually just passively observing what's inside a certain package, but you're not interacting with it. And you are alerting based on what was in there and matching with certain sets of rules. Could someone help me, please? I don't know how to work Mac.
I also don't. What do you need to do?
Am I? No. Linux for the win.
We had an unexpected laptop shortage. Sorry about this.
Yeah. So that was the IDS case. So this is what Suricata would also do. It will passively just observe the traffic that's coming to your network, network traffic that's there, and it will generate a set of alerts based on the rules that it has been provided with. Now, is Suricata just an IDS? No, it's not. It's more. It can also be used as an intrusion prevention system. It may be clear by the terminology, but the professional artist has something here as well. So this time, instead of just alerting the authorities about what's not supposed to be there, the authorities actually take an action on the item that was not supposed to be there. They confiscate the item that was not there, and they throw it out to trash. This is the intrusion prevention mode. This time you are not just, this time there was not just an interaction with there was not just a passive monitoring of the thing. You also interacted with it, and you decided what should not be there and throw it out. So maybe when you get my slides, you can get to the most interesting video that the artist had made. But Suricata is also not just an IDS and IPS, it's also a network security monitoring tool, which means that going back to the airport example, the authorities may be storing a lot of logs about the travelers, you know, what their name is, what their ID is, are they frequent travelers, how many times have they been flagged, etc., etc. So Suricata also does a lot of extensive logging for all the network traffic that it sees or that passes through it. Now, we saw what airport security rules look like. This is what a Suricata rule would look like. The thing that you see in the box over there, starting with the alert, that's an entire rule. This is a nice rule viewer that a team member, Jasonish, wrote as a part of his project EveBox. You can check it out. So this is also essentially doing the same thing that we saw with the airport example, but we want all of the things that are mentioned inside the rule for the rule to be matched, and then based on what the action we have defined for the rule, which in this case is alert, we issue that action. So in this case, if everything here mentioned in the rule were to match, then we would issue an alert. Now the output of Suricata is very, very extensive. It's also very, very configurable if you wanted it to be. But the major features that stand out to people are alerts. First of all, this is how an alert would really look like. I know it does not look like anything like the easy explain to me like I'm 5 thingy, but it's full of information that you would need to analyze anything on a packet or a flow. So this is what an alert would look like. It tells you like which was the rule exactly that alerted with that signature ID and signature. Which protocol did it alert on? It was DCE-RPC. Some things about what was the direction of the traffic when this was alerted, etc. There are also protocol logs, very extensive protocol logs for a lot of protocols out there. This is a DNS protocols log that you are seeing. So everything corresponding to DNS packet that has been logged over here. You know, where was it coming from? Where was it going? What ports were it traveling by? What were the DNS specific entities that were found in this packet, in its header, in its body, etc. Then you can also get files. So files are important in malware analysis, especially because you don't know what's going on in your network. So this is a file info event, which is telling you that a file was seen going around in the network over HTTP. And you have information like what was the name of the file, what's its SHA-256, and it also tells that it was stored, so you would likely be able to find it for analysis later on, whether it's something to be concerned about. And you can also do conditional PCAP logging. So Suricata allows you to actually capture the entire network traffic that it sees. Additionally, you can also define whether you want to only log the PCAP which were a result of an alert. So if something alerted, then that network traffic would be logged. So anybody knows Murphy's Law? No? Yeah? So yeah, I started with that because these things keep happening all the time.
we are security people.
Yeah.
Murphy's Law is our business.
Exactly. So it states whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and it's happening. So yeah, it's also gone from my... It's Mac again?
It's true.
Yeah, I need your intervene. And it's not starting.
I guess we are all switching to Linux, right? Okay, thank you. So this was a very brief overview of what Suricata is, but actually it's a very, very complex tool. Most of us have read about OSI model, and I have made a comparison with that, how Suricata, what kind of stages and what it takes for Suricata to just analyze a simple DNS TCP packet. You go about seeing the Ethernet layer, then you go to the network layer. Suricata also does the IP defragmentation, then it goes to TCP layer, and it would also do all the stream reassembly, any kind of anomaly handling, special case handling. And then it comes to application layer where DNS specific parser would try to parse the DNS packet, extract the information from the header and the body and everything, and log it or keep it in a way that can be matched against the rules. Suricata can be operated in 2 modes: live, which means that you would run it on a live network interface, or the PCAP mode, which means that you already have capture of some traffic that you can replay to Suricata and see in a more controlled environment what the result would be. So why Suricata? First of all, it's open source since 2007, unwavered. And it's licensed as GNU GPL2. I showed you the outputs earlier. They are standard JSON, which allow easy integration with Elastic and other tools that can provide you very good visual representation and queries that you can run on it. It's multi-threaded, really, really fast. Hardware acceleration is also available for Suricata. We have customers vouching 100 GB plus deployments, for which we also have talks from our annual conference, in which Suricata holds up pretty well. There are advanced protocol supports and other things that I also mentioned earlier. Now, if you wanted to run Suricata on your machine right now without knowing anything about it, you can do it. Thanks to Jason-ish again. You just need Docker, and you can pull the image that he maintains with the latest releases of Suricata, and you would just change your log directory and give your device's network interface, and Suricata can run and you can see it in action. And the logs would also come to your system. If you wanted to do it the hard way, of course, you can always go to the regular installation guide, which should ideally work just as it is, but you know, that's the hard way. Now let's come to the placement in your network. I told you one thing, that in IDS mode at the airport, we were just seeing a copy of what was inside your bag. So this is how you would need to set up Suricata in IDS mode. You would ideally have a switch with a span port mirroring enabled. So you can configure the switch that everything that goes through all the other ports where your router and devices would be connected should be mirrored to this port that has Suricata running, and it will just passively monitor everything and generate logs corresponding to those. If it was IPS, however, it would need to be before that, you know, so that it can actually make real-time decisions whether something should be allowed or not. It will still keep on generating all the alerts, metadata, everything that it would ideally in IDS mode. This is Help Me, I'm Lost guide, because we are all lost. So if you wanted to learn more, report bugs, etc., this is our Discord QR code if you wanted to join, GitHub if you want to check out. Now, this is the fun time. I don't expect anybody to do it right now with me, but these are the exercises I wanted to allow, do in the workshop with you. So first one is, of course, run Suricata on your machine's network. There's also a do it hard way with every exercise. So if you're a beginner, try out the first thing and then the next one. Do it the hard way, run it on your home network. That's awesome. I promise it's really, really fun. Second exercise is that you write your own rule, very simple rule, to make Suricata alert for this peak app that I have linked over here on Wireshark website. And make sure that Suricata alerts at least for this specific packet. Now that would be a very simple rule. If you wanted to do it the hard way, learn what sticky buffers are and try to make the same packet match more precisely and in a more performant way. There's also a demo link if you wanted to learn how to run Suricata in PCAP mode. And the last one is that you modify this rule to make it alert. This won't work right away, this won't alert, and you have to figure out why it doesn't alert. And then there's a hard way exercise. Thank you very much for listening, and you can check out Suricata, learn more from team and community. This is the awesome team behind Suricata. I am also somewhere, I think. Oh yeah, there. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Shivani. And